And we're live. Hi guys, this is Kaede Kisaragi Plays, and here we are continuing on with Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding. So, I played this game so far, I have enjoyed it. I can understand why people call this a walking simulator, but so far, this isn't rubbing me the wrong way. So, we're continuing on, and we'll see where this game leads us, shall we? There's Emily holding on that super creepy baby. I know they are called BB, but I refuse to call it a BB when it looks like a freaking baby. Why is the scanning machine called Ultra Deck? What's the meaning behind that name? Okay. Okay. Let me pull up my control panel. There we go. Okay. Okay. Optimizing your load. Okay. A lot of different tips that I unlocked. Let's just unmark them because it really kind of annoys me to leave stuff. What do we have here? Let's see. BB echolocation. Who? Deadman. When? 1 year ago. Where? Bridges HQ. Dolphins use a sensory mechanism known as echolocation to keep track of both their fellow pod members and any potential prey. As the name suggests, they produce sounds which bounce off objects and return as echoes, allowing them to get an idea of their surroundings. Interesting in and of itself, of course, but what I find far more interesting is the recent research suggesting that BBs use a similar method to detect BTs. As you know, BB pods are designed to mimic the conditions inside a human womb and are key to preserving the BB's connections with this world and the next. Well, recent research now suggests that BBs are capable of producing something not unlike a dolphin's sound waves. These pulses travel through the amniotic fluid and out the other side, bounce off BTs, and return as echoes, allowing a BB to ascertain the location of threats. Pretty cool, right? A lot of information for some reason about mummies. I have no idea why. Okay, so basically it's something about the afterlife. I'm gonna have to take a very deep reading of this later on. Cryptobiotes. Okay. And Dooms and Zodiac. There's a lot of text to read here. So I don't want to bore you, my viewers, having to sit through all of this. So in case you want to find out more about this text, I suggest you to play the game yourself, okay? Okay, there are no more orders over here. So instead, let's just take off. Ow!
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying I beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Have a pleasant journey.
First of all, let's remove all markers. Okay, so now we gotta find our way to the through here. Okay.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Not the best placed stairs out there, but okay. There's a path. I kind of went off the wrong direction there.
Sam, you can use share lockers to exchange cargo with other porters.
Straight to the top. Straight to the topic, this one. Alright. Okay, this is the warning for the timefall, so I should try and stay away from it. Let's try and focus on the steps.
How you doing, Sam?
Is this working? Yes. Good. All right. It's destroyed, so I guess it's not really worth it. Here they come. So far, so good, Voodoo FS. How you doing, man? Only thing I thought I understood, but the game then threw a curveball in my direction, is the fact that I assumed that the timefall zones were always random. Instead, apparently they are fixed. I did not know that. Stay still, don't fall. Try not to drown. There we go. This comes with me. And now let's move on. We gotta get back to the way station so we can resume the mission. There's the stairs that the ladder I put down that's really not gonna work for this. Let me take a look at the map. I think it might be easier to go down that way first, yeah. The river's straightens a little bit over there, might be easier to cross. Alright, now all we gotta do is keep on going. Eventually I will get the proper hang of how to do this. How to avoid the rain, especially. Tuesday when I was playing this for the first time, I had this ginormous pile of boxes in my back when I was trying to get to the way station the first time around.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
There we go. One lost cargo and one lost cargo.
Delivering cargo.
I'm so glad you're here. Gotta say, you truly are incredible.
Don't I know it? Alrighty.
All right then.
Now let's get our next mission.
Good work. New order of it.
Construction post box. Build a post box on the designated construction site. Sounds easy enough.
To build a post box, you'll need to use a PCC. It goes without saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate one.
I am carrying a PCC already, so I don't need to do that. Let's go.
Order assigned.
Sam, assuming you've got your PCC in order, head to the site I designated and build that post box, would you? You should have no trouble finding it if you check your map and compass from time to time.
Here. Oh crap. We're gonna head back into time warp territory. Let's do the time warp again. Why did I place a like over there? There we go, right around here.
Sam, I see you've arrived at the designated site. Good. When you're ready to proceed, activate your PCC. Use it to build a post box within the area I specified.
The mailman cometh.
Good work, Sam. That's a fine looking post box. If you access it and select Share Locker, share cargo and equipment with your fellow porters. Deposit a ladder and a climbing anchor, and I'm sure someone will eventually come along who could use it. If you've got enough supplies, why not leave some behind? Do right by others, they'll do right by you.
Let's be honest, I don't really think I'm gonna be using the ladder I'm carrying with me. I don't really know what I should do with these resins either. Let's donate the ladder. There we go. What is that? Why do people keep losing cargo? Alright. Yeesh. Let's see now. Is there a way I can distribute the cargo a little bit better? These are some heavy stuff I'm carrying here.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges.
Good.
Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
More lost cargo.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you, Sam. Gotta say, you truly are incredible.
I know.
All right.
Okay, now give me my next mission, please.
Good work. New.
There we go. Rare metal delivery. Distribution center west of capital Knot City. 6 containers of rare metals. $30 kilograms. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Fully optimized.
Order assigned.
Alright, now let's take a look at the map, see what should be the best path for me to take. I say we should go to this watchtower first. There's a caution sign here. Mules. What are mules? I think I should probably come here, then cross to the other side, and then down here, moving on over here, here, and here. I think this should make for a good path.
Keep on keeping on.
Anybody home?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Moving on. Let's go. The watchtower is over here.
This one's for you. Thanks for the help.
What is this? Why did I lose some blood?
Heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Ah, so that's what it means. The hell? Ooh. I got saved by the time warp.
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
But seriously, they called those guys mules? But I'm the one who's carrying cargo. Shouldn't that make me the mule?
Keeping on.
so here's a curiosity on my part. Uh, do I get to actually have weapons at some point? I mean, every time I enter a way station, I get the weapons are disabled from this point on. So I assume I can actually have weapons at some point. It's okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. And there went Sam, doing his best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cosplay. True, it does. Especially if I can like lay roads along the places where I know will not actually have the time warp rain going on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now it's getting into... I don't think I picked the most ideal path out there. I'm having some depth perception problems because I sometimes I don't know in what direction the older deck is pointing. Uh-oh. BB, wake up!
Something wrong, Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Out of the rain.
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Hey, nice, a vehicle.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until the
All cargo undamaged.
Thank you. Decontaminating.
It's even glowing.
Rest
Nice. Head west.
Wake station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome, when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you?
Yep. Twice.
They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
What you mean, new delivery route? There was no delivery route in the map. Skilled handler. You have achieved delivery volume grade 10. You can now carry more cargo. Yay! I can kill my back some more.
It's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Magical USB drive activate. Behold the wizard. Beware his powers. New strand established.
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
As more facilities join the UCA, Bridges HQ will be able to provide additional functionality to those facilities, such as the ability to fabricate equipment and weapons via the delivery terminal. The range of available weapons and equipment may increase, and new terminal functions and information may be added as things progress. New interview data acquired. Mules and drone syndrome, bridge babies, and timefall. New features have been added to your cufflinks. Mail data recycle. This area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access other player structures and etc.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take the BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Alright. Let's see then.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excess of stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A still mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb.
Uh-huh.
BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the Steel Mother in Capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Big-headed baby.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached.
Too late.
Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. No BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs.
And yet you are very eager to dispose of them.
Expand the chiral network and recover more past data. Perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman.
Who?
We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest.
Who's
You
Hartman?
and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
Good night, Guillermo del Toro. Well, at least this replies to one of my questions, which is whether I am forced to return to Capital Knot City every time I want to rest. I don't. But again, why do I need to handcuff myself in order to go to bed? What? Am I gonna sleepwalk or something?
Bridges falling down, falling down, falling down.
London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave.
Still useless.
But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said. extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
Really? I had no idea. I totally forgot I'm already in chapter 2, not chapter 1.
Sam, this is Hartman. Deadman relayed your request to me, as I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a
Damn, I think I can see the hairs on his leg.
to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Dry-relling. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react.
Use it
Who knows?
on a
May even
BT?
prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the
So...
death stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. Oh, it's almost time.
After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
He wants to know the effects of our fluids on the BTs.
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Cairo network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Alrighty then. Let's take a look. Now that the plot has given us reason to actually take a look at the stuff. First of all, let's see the mail. Benjamin Hancock. Sorry Sam, bad news. Thanks for delivering those rare metals, Sam. Everyone at the distro center really appreciates you coming through for us. Yay. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you though. That bike you saw outside, its battery is dead. You'll have to give it some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once though. Auto charger should kick in after. Sorry if we got your hopes up. And I've got some more bad news for you too. You see, different facilities have to work together, sharing materials so everyone gets what they need, and to make sure that everything that's produced gets put to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart, whole world even. Anyway, there's this guy, George Baton, over at the way station. He used to be a reliable porter, but lately it's like pulling teeth getting him to make even the simplest delivery. Keeps bitching about being scared or not having enough oxy or whatever, always some excuse. Even when he does agree to make a run, he's liable to lose half his load en route. So yeah, that's why we're a bit short on materials at the moment. I'm sure you'll soon help us out, but put that to rights. We're counting on you, Sam. Sam the Man, our savior. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we set ourselves up, but 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change anyone's tune. 3? We are at half a year of isolation and we are already singing a different tune over here, my friend. Hell, when we first got here, we were putting up signs for porters and whatnot, but after a while some guys got too scared to even set foot outside. When Central went up, I told myself this was it. America's done. Everything was feeling it too. And the mood was just bleak. And then you waltz on in. I know what you're thinking. At first, I thought it was just the oxytocin too. But that's not it. Not all of it, anyhow. You gave us the glimmer of hope we needed by bringing us into the chiral network. We're back in the game now. Been thinking of putting up signs again even. Watchtowers too. Before long, we'll be opening up new delivery routes. Mark my words. It's still scary out there, though. All the oxy in the world won't help us deal with mules, let alone BTs. We shit ourselves every time we catch sight of one and end up dropping half our equipment. Honestly, a part of me is still a little worried that we won't be able to keep it up. And that's why we need you, Sam. You're not scared of anything, right? So go show us how it's done. Walking barefoot or in worn-out boots will damage your feet. Continue to walk around with damaged feet can lead to blood loss. Ah, so that's why I was losing blood. I hurt my feet. If your footwear is damaged, you will tire more easily. If you keep walking regardless, the soles will eventually wear through, damaging your footwear beyond repair and injuring your feet. It's best to equip new footwear or find some sandalweed as quickly as possible. The yellow bar above the blood gauge is the consciousness gauge. It will only appear in situations where your ability to stay conscious is at risk. If the consciousness gauge is depleted, Sam will fall unconscious. You can alter the autotext warning that appears when encountering BT by opening the cuff links and selecting System Options, Game Settings, BT Encounter Warning. If set to first time only, the extended warning will show for only the first encounter. Okay. If mules steal your cargo, stolen cargo will be stored in a post box somewhere in a hostile territory. Other items, including your personal effects, will be dumped elsewhere. Select orders from the cufflinks. Okay, canceling orders. Using lost cargo. Delivering cargo, losing cargo, equipping a PCC, equipment HUDs, selecting structures, dismantling structures, road and structure erosion. Chiral bandwidth. Using throwing weapons trajectories. Using equipment, using private rooms, saving, UCA membership. Okay. Interviews. Mules and drone syndrome. Let's take a look, learn what exactly are the mules. Sorry that I keep moving my head like this. It's because I have a high collar in this coat and it's kind of bugging me. Bridge's primary objective is to rebuild America, and in order to rebuild one of our main tasks is to reconnect cities and other settlements. By re-establishing a delivery network. Back when the Death Stranding, before the Death Stranding, the comms and delivery networks were what held society together. The whole thing was automated, AI managed, deliveries carried out by drone. The belief was that by taking people out of the equation would revolutionize the entire system. But things didn't quite pan out that way. Instead, we started seeing cases of what would eventually be dubbed drone syndrome. It was too much for some folks to accept, leaving everything to machines and nothing for the common man. And indeed, the oxytocin deficiency and hormonal imbalances we confirmed seem to back up that assessment. Humanity needed to be part of the process, so laws were put in place and we stepped back into the picture again. And then what happened? All the people put out to work by machines who got called up again, convinced themselves society couldn't survive without them, and that brought on a whole new disorder. Delivery dependence syndrome, they called it. When the Death Stranding tore us apart, the delivery problem spiraled even further. It wasn't helped by the fact that chiral clouds prevented planes and drones from flying, which meant we had to go back to relying completely on human couriers, whether we liked it or not. Eventually, delivering goods became all some lived for. They were obsessed, addicted, consumed by the desire. Over time, they turned into the mules we know and love today. Oh. So the guys who attack us and steal our stuff are literally delivery men who became addicted to delivering. I gotta say, that's kind of clever. Timefall was first recorded when the Death Stranding occurred. And despite all the years that have passed since then, we are no closer to understanding how or why it accelerates the passage of time for the objects and organisms it touches, or why it immediately turns to ordinary water having done so. Some researchers have gone as far as to posit this process as stealing time. As for why timefall is observed only in certain places, all that we know for certain is that it is somehow affected by local chiral concentrations. This is merely a hunch, but something in me suspects that the Death Stranding may have warped our perception of the passage of time. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, you understand? We humans can conceive our own deaths, and even the possibility of a place beyond death, yes? We have the capacity to conceptualize the future, an evolutionary advantage which aided our development as a species. Well, what if Timefall has given us a new, supercharged version of this essential ability, one that will take us to the next stage of our evolution? Perhaps we wouldn't need to hole ourselves up in the Knot Cities. Perhaps in time the Death Stranding will come to be seen as the phenomena that saved our species. Exciting thoughts, I'm sure you'll agree. I for one can't wait to set out on our journey. Who knows what will await us.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
Looks okay. Stylish. It's kind of fun doing this. Even though it's completely useless. Let's check on the BB.
Tired, huh?
Alrighty, I think we're good. Let's continue. Let's leave our room and let's continue. Nice! I have the hat and the glasses on now. Creepy baby!
You do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release the son just yet. Believe me when I tell you this.
Says the woman in the mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
What is the history behind this guy?
Sam, there's something I forgot to tell you. It's about managing your BB stress levels and reducing the risk of autotoxemic attacks. There are a few things you can do if your BB starts showing signs of distress.
Such as?
Such as take a moment to look after it. Cradle the pod, gently rock it, that sort of thing. Out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Lead-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
Dead man's honor. That sounds oddly appropriate. So yeah.
It's okay. It's alright.
I literally just gotta rock back and forth with the DualShock.
Sam, check the delivery terminal and review the list of orders.
While you're resting, I ran some network diagnostics. Beryllium monitoring and holographic systems are nominal. Unfortunately, our printer is offline. I know. After all the trouble you went through to bring us those materials. This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught that porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory.
Yay!
Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back. Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
Time for us to play Sneaking Officer.
Sam, the area around that distro center has produced a significant quantity of chiral crystals. Matter of fact, that's where the chiralium used in your Cupid's internal circuitry came from. They have a range of applications, including equipment fabrication. Bottom line, they're a valuable resource and one you'll want to make the most of. I'll let Hartman explain in more detail, but chiral crystals don't exactly grow on trees. If you see any deposits, you should go out of your way to gather them. Especially since folks with dooms are the only ones that can. Provided they have the necessary equipment, that is. I'll see that it's added to your supplies for this order.
Sam, it's Hartman. Following the discovery of the beach, we not only began to observe heretofore unseen phenomena, but a new type of matter. Chiralium. I say new, but it has doubtlessly existed since the dawn of the universe. We believe it was always there, like
Unobtainium,
dark matter
then.
and certain particles. Ever present, yet overlooked because we lacked the capacity to see it. Chiralium appears to be unbound by the constraints of physics as we understand them. It can stop time or move contrary to it. On occasion, it even defies gravity. In practical terms, it can stop or even reverse time and causes objects to float. A special cylindrical case is required to collect and store it. Suffice it to say, the procurement of samples is vital to our ongoing research.
So I'm gonna play Delivery Boy. Let's go with the collection mission first.
Mama's added a watchtower schematic to your PCC. If you don't have it on you, consider fabricating one. You never know when you'll need to recon an area.
I look like I'm trying to cosplay as a Gundam when I put everything around me.
That thing you're holding is a crystal collector. Now, as the name suggests, it provides secure storage for any crystals you gather.
Alrighty then.
Allow me to describe your quarry. Chiral crystals appear gold to the naked eye and are frequently found in formations resembling human handprints. The surrounding rocks and debris tend to float a few feet above the ground. And they are most commonly found in areas with high precipitation. Got all that? Rain, floating rocks, golden handprints. That's your trifecta. Look for these three things.
So basically I gotta go into the timefall
If
zone.
you've been especially observant, then perhaps you already know where to look.
Order assigned. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Don't mind me.
home.
Okay then, let's explore.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Sam, Cairo crystals are pretty small and can be difficult to spot with the naked eye. I'd advise you to use your ultradeck to point you in the right direction. If you want to survey a wider area, though, you might consider building a watchtower and relying on its sensors.
That wasn't what I wanted to do, but okay.
Construction complete.
Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Construction complete.
Alrighty then, let's take a look around.
Nice. There we go.
If a job's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
Oh, this is nice.
Now let's return and deliver all the crystals we got.
Almost there.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Sam,
All weapons will remain
Cairo
locked.
crystal deliveries are a little different from usual. The process is pretty simple, though. Access the delivery terminal to drop off any Cairo crystals you're carrying.
It looks like it's the same to me.
Decontaminating suit. All clear.
Doesn't seem different from what I usually do. Ah, that's it. That's what it is. Is that it? Sounds easy enough.
Got some chiral crystals for us? These crystals only form in places with elevated chiralium levels, which makes me wonder if expanding the network had something to do with it. Damn, son.
I got more.
A lot of crystals. Maintenance and R&D will both get their fill, looks like.
Container repair spray. Nice.
Excess Cairo crystals can be deposited at any facility. They'll be added to the stores held on site. These local stores include materials that you can draw upon to fabricate equipment as needed.
Ah, so that it is. Resins, chiral crystals, and metals. Those are the materials, and that's what resins are for. Good. Recycling weapons, equipment, or materials at a facility will increase the amount of materials available for use at the facility. These can be used to fabricate any new weapons and equipment that you require. Bridges guard Macho. Some of this facility's bandwidth has been shared with Sam.
Oh, before I forget, this is for you.
What did I get? Container repair spray.
Repair spray for patching up cargo containers. Good for dealing with timefall degradation and all that. Useful stuff if you and your cargo have been through the ringer. We've added it to your supplies list, so it's readily available if and when you need it.
There is a correlation between elevated chiralium levels and increased crystal formation. This may well be the result of the network's expansion.
Same thing the other guy said.
Local chiral density is still within an acceptable range. If you find any more, be sure to collect it. You'll be well rewarded.
If you come into more chiral crystals, you can submit them at one of our facilities. And you can deposit other resources too, along with any items you don't need. Everything has its value. What we don't use as is can be broken down into components for R&D and other applications.
If you say so. Right, I still need to get the... Let's feed some more crystals.
Thank you for your continued support.
Did I really need to see a picture of my mom? I see. So with this, I can actually take materials from one facility and take it to another facility. Nice.
Thank you for your contribution.
Now, let's save the game because we have not saved in a little while. And now,
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Still got work to do, Sam. Let's not keep people waiting.
I know. What is that?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, so it's deep into enemy territory.
Call it a rule or a habit, but most mules almost always bring stolen shipments home with them. Find the post box, steal back the cargo. Simple as that. But be careful, these guys are armed. If this goes sideways, be ready to fight.
Attack a mule repeatedly to knock them unconscious. CQC, this is not.
Today's a good day. This one's for you. Yeah, this is nice.
Mule drop sites are rarely deserted, so remaining undetected is key. Keep a low profile and move slowly to minimize noise.
I can hear somebody. I see a mule. Very nice. That did not go the way I wanted, but okay. Okay, I need the Cairo printer. We got some lost cargo there. A special device. Some equipment. Yes! I'm overcumbered, aren't I? And I have to leave something behind here. I really need to prioritize over here. Upload. Let's leave the resins here for the metals. Yeah, the metals. No, these resins. Yeah. And these metals. And now, let's try and make our way back. Okay, I need a reminder. Which path do I take to get out of here? Alright, right. Steady. Steady. Alright. Let's try not to get ourselves killed. Ow! Let me take a look at the cargo, see what's damaged. Everything is very negligible at this point. I think I'm good. Yeah.
Mules. Damn addicts chasing a cargo high. Shame we gotta deal with their bullshit at all. Back in the day, AI did everything. Deliveries were handled by unmanned vehicles and drones. And all we had to do was sit back and let them work. It was revolutionary. Damn near singularity. No reason for it not to take off.
That looked like a giant piece of crap over there.
We took the human element out of the service industry. So, after some consideration, we put it back in. Made jobs no one really needed and gave them to folks who couldn't live without them. And from there, it snowballed. Now we got cults of cargo chasing crazies who get off on hijacking shipments. Jackal's always on the lookout for the next porter. Make sure you're not him.
Alright, now we just gotta deliver these little heavy scraps here. Up. Keep steady, Sam. Don't drop the load.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
There we go. Delivery in time. And I did not get detected at all. Where's the cargo? That was fun. Then again, only 2 guys.
Time to get that chiral printer in working order. Sorry to push you through so much trouble, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Excellent. The unit doesn't have a scratch on it.
Actually,
Never doubted you'd come through for us.
Sam, how are your shoes holding up?
yay, now I can finally make new
Being
shoes.
what they are out there. Nothing ruins your day like shoes falling apart while you're on the job. Carry on like that, and it's only a matter of time before you injure yourself.
Don't I know?
I've arranged for boots to be added to your supplies. Bridges standard issue, so they ought to fit you fine. You should always carry an extra pair. But if you forget or run into trouble, you can fabricate another via a terminal at one of our many facilities.
Alright. Bridges HQ have added data for a new structure to your PCC. Bridge. Hallelujah! Chiral crystals can now be used at all UCA affiliated facilities. See you around.
Congratulations, Sam. I understand you now have access to a chiral printer.
Yes, I do.
An extraordinarily useful device that can only function because of the manner in which our network utilizes the beach, enabling us to transfer massive volumes of data instantaneously. Since under normal circumstances, such transfers would take hours, if not days, some have speculated that the chiral network might, in essence, be a time machine.
Let's do the time warp again!
Suffice it to say, we have yet to fully grasp the fundamental nature of the network and the beach which we have come to rely upon. One might liken our relationship with it to that of primitive mammals with fire. Is it useful? Quite. Is it dangerous? Undeniably so. Nevertheless, we have decided that the reward outweighs the risk. Furthermore, as the BTs are linked to the beach, it stands to reason that further study and experimentation could be of considerable benefit. The same can be said regarding you, of course. Rest assured, I will keep you apprised of what I learn. You have my word.
Alright.
Good work. New order available. Please access...
Let's hand in the materials. Resin, chiral crystals, and metals.
Thank you for your continued support.
We've added a bridge schematic to your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know.
Don't I know?
Take a stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
It requires 800 metals to finish the fabrication. Now it's time for us to construct a bridge.
Hey, Sam, mind doing me a favor? There's a bridge that needs building. Over a river, just outside that distro center. It's too deep to ford, and we'd like a long-term solution. The foundation's already been laid, and everything required to finish the job should be in storage. All you need to do is carry the remaining materials to the construction area, and use them to complete the bridge.
Okay.
If it turns out there isn't enough there for our needs after all, you'll have to come up with the rest on your own. I know you've got a lot on your plate right now, but remember, this bridge will make your life easier too. Now, you've done a fine job expanding the Cairo network. But to make the most of it, we'll need to generate more power. We'll have to make a few hops before we can link up the closest city too. Once this wind farm is part of the Cairo network, we'll be able to route the energy it generates through the beach. Unlike traditional transmission methods, nothing is lost. We can provide power to distant regions and utilize facilities there as electrical substations.
How are they gonna...
You're to deliver a key component. Should be finished printing. Take it to the wind farm and get us in business.
So, from what I understood so far, the beach is the representation of the the barrier of the afterlife and the living world. They are using the afterlife to fuel, to move energy around. I'm getting some Final Fantasy VII vibes from this. Let's go. We got ourselves a bridge to build. And a lot of cargo to carry.
Order assigned. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Okay, Sam. Make your way to the designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Actually, kind of easy.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Sam, looks like you found the site. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
I don't understand which button... Oh, this one. I kept trying to understand what button that was supposed to be. How could I figure out that was the options button? Charles always wanted to build bridges.
Bravo, Sam. bridge should make life easier for a lot of people. You can be sure that every traveler and porter who passes that way will put it to good use. Keep an eye out for other spots that could do with another well-placed bridge.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
I really should have picked up both missions in one turn. But since we're here, let's recycle that broken pair of boots I have. Let's skip it. Okay. Let's go. Alrighty.
Thank you for your contribution.
There we go. Optimization.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Uh-oh. I began to lose frames. That is not a good sign. Okay, so the bridge is here. And this place here is where I'm supposed to go. Sounds easy enough.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
How's BB doing, Sam? I hope you've managed to avoid autotoxemia altogether. By the way, I've been wondering, how are your porter grades these days? Getting better and better, I imagine. Or maybe you don't really care about that stuff. Well, in case you do, I thought I might give you a quick primer, since I know it can be confusing. Bridges has developed a unique system to evaluate porter performance, and it focuses on 5 categories: cargo condition, delivery volume, speed, bridge length, and miscellanea. Obviously, the aim of the game is to get high grades in all 5. If you ask me though, you should prioritize cargo condition. I mean, what's the point of lugging something halfway across the continent and if it's smashed to bits in the process? Sure, some people aren't all that bothered. Some will even let you get away with 50% damage or so, but come on, imagine if you ordered a dozen thingamajigs and half of them were delivered broken. No, it's definitely better to put condition first. Treat your cargo with care and respect, and you'll be rewarded with way more likes. Trust me. That was my motto back when I was a porter. It wasn't always easy, as you can imagine. Sometimes things got dicey, but I learned to hang in there and deliver my cargo in one piece. You would do well to bear that in mind. After all, you've got the potential to be a way better porter than I ever was.
There we go. There we go.
Keep on keeping on.
Derp. Am I going the right direction? Okay. It's a heavy rain, and it's not the name of this game though. Okay, going in the right direction. Okay, I think I'm gonna use a climbing anchor. Uh-oh. BT time!
Yeah, I feel you.
Huh. crap! Let me go! Let me go! Ah! Let me go! Made it. Not gonna fall. I'm not gonna fall.
Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Yeah.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. With this unit, we should be able to power the distro center via the chiral network. Other places too, if it works. Here's hoping the UCA can put our electricity to good use.
So do I.
If I have a look. Incredible. How'd you get this here? You fly?
I wish I could.
All we need now is a connection to the chiral network. Go for it.
Magical USB drive activate. So what's going to be the memory we're gonna see now? Nothing? Okay.
Network bandwidth is a limited resource, and every structure you build consumes it. However, as you increase your connection level, the bandwidth available to you will increase as well.
Alright. Really? We traveled this far already on the United States? I can now build generators. Supply requests and bridge links. Standard orders, delivery requested supplies, interest cargo, garage.
About time we did our part. Thanks again. You know, I heard the rest of your team was wiped out. Makes what you're doing all the more incredible. You're a one-man expedition. I hope Amelie's doing as well as you. Wonder if she made it to Edgenot City yet. It was her that put us in charge of the wind farm. I was with the group bringing up the rear while Amelie led the way. I've never met her in person, but it was an honor to travel with her all the same. When you see her, feel free to tell her I said so, huh?
Okay.
Sam, got a moment? I ran an experiment with your blood.
Another?
It seems you were onto something. After dispersing an aerosolized sample of your blood in BT territory, we observed reduced activity. While this is hardly definitive, as we have no other repatriates to whom we can turn for additional testing, it does suggest that the bodily fluids of repatriates are repellent to BTs. Mama had the idea of developing a weapon to test this theory.
So basically, if I take a piss in BT territory, they leave me alone.
Sam, this is the perfect opportunity. We've almost got the whole region on the chiral network. All that's left is Port Knot City. Return to Capital Knot City so you can pick up relief supplies for Port Knot. By the time you arrive, we can give you the completed prototype in person. One other thing. It's not very often porters get out to that wind farm. While you're there, you should pick up any outstanding orders. No sense coming all the way back here empty-handed if there's work to be done. Have a look at that delivery terminal.
Alright then.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Sam, how you doing out there? For a newbie, you're quite the workhorse, huh? Tell me about it. Timefall's probably taking its toll on your equipment, am I right? Maybe some of your kit's not even usable anymore. Well, don't jump the gun and throw that stuff away just yet. One thing you can do is take your old equipment to a delivery terminal and recycle it. You can then fabricate yourself a shiny new whatever to use instead. Don't know if you're aware, but the whole recycling system is operated by the Bridget Stranding Foundation. That's right, the president herself set it up as a means to convert busted tools and gear back into usable resources. On the other hand, if your equipment is only halfway to broke out, but you still want to part ways, you could use a share locker to donate it to another porter whose need is greater than yours. You may well end up getting a like or two for your generosity, never mind the warm fuzzy feeling of having helped your fellow man. Of course, the system works both ways, meaning you can snag stuff other porters have to put in share lockers too, if you're the one who could do with a helping hand. Anyway, both the recycling system and the share lockers have their uses, but it's up to you to pick which method best suits your needs at any given moment. You've still got a lot to learn, I guess, but you'll have it all figured out in no time. I got high hopes for you, kid. Okay, I think we're going to be calling it a night here. Let's save the game. Yeah. I think this is a good spot for us to stop. So, thank you guys so much for coming by. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. Love to reply to comments. And don't forget to come here on Twitch as well. Watch the stream live. Help me slowly and steadily work my way up to affiliate. And I'll see you next time for more Death Stranding. But until then, bye bye.